Yeah, which one of you ladies is driving the Jeep out there?
Right.
Like you, Leslie?
That's what you get, you don't have to get cheap.
Watch this.
Exactly.
25. There would be no judgment. I would be. I would actually be really impressed. Yes. Hi, lady.
Fast early. They're.
Good morning.
Kidding me to see you.
Five, they don't do the.
Right.
No.
But yours, just
Yeah.
getting out of your vehicle,
Clean apartment.
get later. Won't be a problem. That's so funny.
The saga continues.
Ah.
Oh, it gets even, it gets great.
Oh, you're welcome, appreciate you.
You about to?
What have you got going on here?
Yeah. Is it working? Okay. So can we get started?
Yes.
Like, let's do it.
Like, it's like.
The other is mine. We're
Stitch.
driving on that. They didn't call you. Might be.
Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. It's a little after 10. Happy 2025, we're a week later, right? Than I kind of expected that we would be doing this. Thank you. Let's dig in. Just digging right in. Right.
Now it's yours.
Yes. Okay. It's 2025. This is still the goal, people, okay, to be the real estate company of choice for agents and their customers. How do you guys think we accomplish this?
You raving fans.
Raving fan.
Love it? Great. I love it. That's true. What else?
How they allow a variety of platforms for their agents whenever they need to use those.
Okay. What else?
We need to, and I learned this lesson. Cause I had another agent talk really bad to me. The one I told you about, I called her again today and her attitude had completely changed because of her life. And I learned that I need to be more patient when someone's talking bad to me because we don't know what's going on their side of the deal. They could be just as much of a shit show. And they're just taking it out on me because I'm the other agent, so. Today when I talked to her, she was pleasant, professional, you know, so just learning patience and treating other agents with patience, I think, will set the standard.
Right, it's like coming back to curiosity, really, and yeah, just giving patience and grace, because there isn't one human on earth that isn't dealing with something, right? We can make social media, it can look real bright and shiny, that is not anybody's reality, it just is not. So we never know what other people are actually experiencing. So when I was at David's dad's funeral, we got to talk about how he was doing. He's doing an offer. And he just, you know, something just slipped his mind, obviously. And yet the agent on the other end was not like receptive to just small requests. He finally had to say, hey, this is what I'm going through. And still there was just no grace given. So I just want to remind everybody that that is just who we are, right? People can be short and snappy or whatever it is. And just a pause and wonder, right? Like, what is actually happening here, and just show grace. And sometimes we're just gonna have to ask hard questions. Maybe they're relentless in it, but I really do think that doing those things and being skilled right now in the market is everything. It is everything. People are on edge. You're on edge about a lot of things, right? So let's just give lots of grace. Treat others how we want to be treated, right? Take great care of our customers and know what we're doing. We're just gonna be skilled in what we're doing. I love it. Culture in action, number 6 is living up to the covenant if you are on the ALC, and we are gonna dig into that here in a few minutes. Let's do bucket fills.
I want to fill Christie's bucket because dealing with my dad's funeral and my mom so close. I wasn't able to concentrate and she took over and was actually able to go to my closing. And then we had another closing over in Louisville that she was able to take care of and run the team. Our Jennifer was on vacation, so she stepped up and crushed it for us. Made things happen, so it was awesome.
She did. I love it. I was gonna say the same thing about Christy and Anita Sprigler and Lisa Lander DeLapp yesterday. Yeah. Allie and I both decided to go to the funeral yesterday. Chris and Amy went. And so I didn't want to shut the office down. We've been shut a lot for snow. So I looked for coverage and those 3 ladies jumped in at the last minute and just made sure that the phone was answered, right? And thank you. And thanks all of you for being patient. Like, I know Tristan has had a lot more on his plate, like he's a little bit slower to respond. And yeah, Bo and Tara. It's a lot, right? Yesterday was tough, so I would just say, send them tons of love and good energy, prayers, whatever it is you do, because it is a really horrific time for their family. Okay, who has something?
I have, Mike Schoonover is not here, but last night he sent an absolutely lovely human being to the career night, and she was amazing, and she's gonna take her test. She liked us too, so hopefully we have a new. So hopefully we have a new agent coming, but I just want to remind everybody that, you know, people, even though we might be a little jaded and this is hard, there are people that think that we have the coolest career around and send them to us.
Yes.
We would love to talk to them, so, and it helps give you money on the 21st of every, so.
We have to share, right? Anything else? Okay, sweet. They're back in 2025, these ladies still showing up to support us. Ladies, do you want to come up and say a few words? I know you've got a class today. You want to tell them what that's about?
Yes, good morning, everyone. Happy 2025. And I love the part about grace we were talking about, because in what we do, even on our side of being the mortgage broker, every client that comes our way does their finances different. And so when we're getting them pre-approved and we're working with them, you know, we try to give them grace and try to give them options and let you guys know, keep you informed. And so it's a partnership. We're here because we love working with you agents. We need you. We have big goals for 2025. And I'm sure you guys do too. So we want to build those goals. We do have a presentation today on Mortgages 101. I know everyone probably feels like they know all the process, but every company and every loan officer does it different. And so we want to share that and try to give some insight on maybe some new techniques, new ways to make your goals grow for 2025. We're excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. And are we going to be able to speak a little bit more later this morning? Or do we want to speak now? Is our how did it first for you? Do you know what?
If you want to talk about the packet briefly, that's great.
Yeah.
You guys are scheduled for a class today at 12, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah. So do you want to do a preview of the packet, what they're gonna learn in the class, is that what It's totally up to you, Leslie.
Right, you know, yeah, so we didn't stay for the class today, and we can understand and get it, we're all very busy. And so this really is designed so where you can make notes, and we want it to be more of an interactive class. And, so we're gonna kind of talk about, the 13 steps to home ownership. We put this together, it's actually, let's see, page. 13 steps. So, you know, if you can't stay for the class day, this is gonna be great for you just to have for when you get that client that maybe is a first time home buyer, maybe it's their first time buying a house, or you're super nervous. Or we, of course, are always there to hold their hand to make it an easy process. So 13 steps, pre-approval, the application process, there's multiple ways that we take an application over the phone. A lot of people like that, you know, we want to make sure that they feel comfortable, or maybe we get somebody that's super savvy and they're like, oh, can we just. And so we've got an online application, they can do it from their phone. So we're gonna kind of do a deep dive into that pre-approval, red flags to look out for pre-approval. Miscellaneous items, you know, student loans, we're gonna kind of talk about different things on the pre-approval that are gonna ensure that you get, it's gonna be great for your clients. Credit reports, that's always a big one. So we put a credit report in here, so we're gonna kind of give you that credit report. Look at things to look at, public record, that's where you're gonna see bankruptcies, foreclosures. And so credit reports are always very interesting for everybody. Let's see.
This is great.
What impacts clients' credit report scores? So we're gonna look at that a little more in depth. Interest rate, what impacts clients' interest rates? Don't you love? I love. Someone says, hey, where's the rates? It is, you know, rates are, you know, between, you know, 5.99 and up into the sevens, but there's so much that goes into that. Their credit score, how much of a purchase price are they buying? How much are they paying now? What's in their credit report? There's so much that goes into that, so we can always kind of give a ballpark figure, but there's a lot that goes into that, so we're going to talk about that today. Let's see, first time home buyers, we're going to talk about that. Need a larger home, and what this is going to do too is hopefully give you some ideas too of who to reach out to and who to maybe talk to in your pipelines. You know, trying to get those goals met for 2025. Downsizing, rent my current home and buy another one. You've got a lot of people right now that have 2 and 3% interest rates, and they're like, well, I'm not looking to buy anything right now. Well, hold on, you know, maybe you keep that house, maybe you can qualify, keep that as your rental property, and let's move on to maybe something else. Yeah, your interest rate's gonna be higher, but your interest rate on that current home is a lot lower. Looking to buy the second home or vacation home. And then we're gonna talk about, one-time closed loans, which I'm very passionate about. I love new construction. And so we're gonna put some samples together, at least talk about, for instance, let's say you've got somebody, they currently own their house, but they would love a new built home because there's not enough inventory out there on the market right now. And they don't have land, it's okay. You're going to write the contract for the land. You're gonna write the contract with the builder. So now we have a contract for 80,000 for the land. You've got a contract with your builder for 400. We're financing 480,000. And they're gonna list that house. So now you've got a listing, you're listing that house, they're gonna be moving into their new house. That's all part of the one-time close for new construction. Super exciting that we can have several of our investors. Renovation loans, which we're very passionate about. You know, maybe you've got, Angie is the queen of renovation.
Love doing that. I did like 6 or 8 last year, and I'm not up there because I was thinking you're gonna, sorry, but I didn't mean to abandon you.
No,
But
we'll tag
we'll tag you later.
for sure. Like at renovation, so you've got maybe somebody that, you know, it's the 1960s house, but you want to make it look like 2025. We can do that. So that's pretty much the end of what we're going to be talking about more in depth.
Love it, I love it, that's amazing, I heard lots of people saying this is great information, so if you haven't had a chance to sit down with them personally to really learn about all their products, today is the day, right? And especially like, you know, new agents, call them. Are they gonna be on Zoom or YouTube or something at 12 today, you guys?
We can put it on Zoom, absolutely.
Let's do that, because I would love for all new agents to be able to participate in that if they can. Okay, so upcoming classes that you don't wanna miss. So tomorrow at 10 a.m., Angie is teaching contracts and forms, and we have the new forms. So if you haven't been to that class, I would highly recommend it. And then Amy, Down and Dirty with DocuSign, tomorrow, or yeah, is it tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Do you wanna give any tidbits about that?
If you have questions about DocuSign, I am not the queen of DocuSign, but I know a lot about it, and tomorrow we're gonna talk about making sure your templates are all correct, and it's make it easier for you, so, I think everybody knows that we're moving from Dotloop to DocuSign, and it's not scary, they're like sister products. And I'm just here to kind of help walk you through it and make sure that you understand what's going on.
Love it, thank you for that. And then on the 21st of this month, from 11:30 to 1, is our first ALP meeting. We're gonna talk about that here in a minute. New orientation is at noon that day with Tristan. Tristan, what do you really highlight in new orientation?
We go, all of command, like as far as capabilities of what it can do, I'm not gonna go in depth and do everything, but just what it can do. We look at like emails, email signatures, calendars, making sure you're connected to the Microsoft training calendar. Pretty much everything, beginning to end. It's not even, I would say, geared towards the new agent, just somebody who's newer and wants to get things set up correctly.
That's what I wondered. Yeah, so maybe you've even been here for a half minute.
Don't look at me like that.
And you need a little refresher. Brian Hazley, not to call anybody out, no, I'm just kidding. This would be a great class to sit in, cause it's an hour, right, Tristan?
Give or take, yeah,
give or
if
take.
it's like fewer people, it can be like 30 minutes. It's more of a workshop style.
Love it, love it. Roth is teaching Value Squared, January 21st. This is gonna be like a great opportunity to bring guests with you because there's amazing information.
And if you haven't been to this class, guys, I have before and I'm planning on going again. Rob teaches a great class and this is a really good one that will need to be honed in on with all of the changes with the commission structures when we try to show our value to our clients on listing appointments. It's a really good one.
Love it. Yeah, so worth repeating, a class worth repeating. So if you haven't been, or you want to come again, this is your opportunity, right? So January 21st from 1 to 3, and then Amy teaching one of my favorite books, January 22nd from 10 to noon. How many of you have read The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team? Okay. If you haven't read it, I would highly recommend it.
Easy read.
It is such an easy read, like really
And it's
just
a little bit life changing.
absolutely life changing, right? What, Amy, do you want to say about this class?
You don't have to be on a team to come to this class. You are a leader for someone. Not everyone is a leader in every capacity, but you are a leader for someone and this will help you. Period. If you have a kid, if you have a dog, if you have friends, this book will help you.
Nice.
Yes.
That's a true story. Yeah,
Or
yeah.
if you have a team.
And do they need to have read the book before they attend?
No,
You're doing Cliff Notes version, bullet points and
Yes.
takeaways, correct?
yes,
Okay, so you don't even need to speed read it before next week.
but it is on Audible and listen to it. It's easy.
It's short.
It's short.
January 29th, we have Jennifer Voorhees coming into the market center at 1 o'clock. Right, if you don't know Jennifer, right, Christy and David are on the Voorhees team. Jennifer has been in the business for like 17 years. She is a top selling agent. I mean, she kills it. She closed 90 transactions on her own, right? And then her team does about 100.
40, 140.
Okay, or 140, 140. What I remember is that I read, they sell a home every 48 hours. And she has really done this by taking care of her database and her sphere of influence, okay? So not only that, she is a top profit share earner in the company. She's in the top 1%. We have a lot to learn from Jennifer, and she is super committed, right, to helping us learn and really helping the market center grow. Just, she's all the good things. She really, really, truly is. I wouldn't miss this class. I would definitely not miss this class, right? So,
Bonus, she's also giving away 2 gifts for participation.
okay, I love it. Just to add a little. Yes.
I see.
So if you wanna know how to, right, generate leads so you can list 100 houses this year, I would say probably worth your time, put it on your calendar. Then we have Lexi doing Command Kickstart. And that is January 30th at 10 a.m. And we Zoom that, right? Yep. So, yeah, make sure you do that. Okay. Debbie Pratt, Fierce Conversations. Debbie is one of the like greats in teaching fierce conversations. This again is a book where if you have a dog, a kid, know a human, it applies to you, right? Like this is a fantastic book. I've done this class several times. This is through Zoom. It's only $89. January 23rd, 9 to 3. And I would say you don't have to, like, you probably wouldn't have had to have read the book, be helpful maybe, but you would get a lot out of this class either way. Yeah,
Are we planning to watch that as a group?
I think yes.
Okay.
That's a good question. Have you done this through Zoom, Kristen?
I don't know this particular
Okay.
class, no, but.
I'm gonna ask and see how they prefer it, because sometimes those are better when we're just like one-on-one in front of our computer. Sometimes I think it's better to be in a group. I'll get some feedback on that and let me know.
And I don't know how they would allow that with the payment.
Oh, that's true.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
you have to have.
Registration. Oh, I didn't know if
Well,
like
just put
market.
the camera on and you guys sit off to the side. Stay on mute, right? No. No, what I know for sure is that this is worth $89. 150% worth your $89. Okay, our partner meetings, we have moved to 10 a.m. clearly. And we have Wendy Papazai, who is going to Zoom in on January 21st at 10 a.m. So she is our guest speaker. We are so lucky to get to have her. And she is going to be focusing on, I believe, the 411 on the 21st. So she's a big deal. I would definitely stop in to that meeting, make sure you're here, because the fact that she is doing this, and this will be on Zoom to all 4 of the market centers, right? So this is the benefit of us all being on the same page at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday morning. And then the last week is updates from the Smiths. So they're gonna do market updates and things like that. This is, I want to announce who our ALC members are. Okay, it's gonna keep doing it too. Rob Gates Kara Whalen, David, and Amy Dixon. So you saw that our first meeting is coming up. And I know that there wasn't an ALC in place when I came, so I want you to know that you all are welcome to attend an ALC meeting, right? And you just watch how it all goes down, how decisions are made in the market center. What are we talking about, right? How are those things, yeah.
You all sat down, what wasn't ALC, was top.
That was the top 20% master.
So I just happened to be working in here and I felt like I'm at the kids' table and you all were doing your thing. But it was very nice to hear on how much the top percent of the top agents in our office really think about the other agents in our office to make it easier for us to get there too. So it was just nice to hear.
Yeah, and the ALC is made up of the top 20%, right? Like, that is part of the deal. The culture piece that we went over said they stick to the covenants. And so what happens with the Agent Leadership Council, does anybody know how the ALC was created, the history on it? Okay, so just brief overview, right? Here's the company. And then another company came to town and all of like his great people walked out the door. And so he said, what do we have to do to make sure nobody ever wants to leave this company again? And he had all the agents that he had left, right, talking about what would have to happen for you to never want to leave. And so it was a collaborative conversation on how to create a company that agents, right, never wanted to leave. And so it's really how we started with the ALC, and it's still part of it, right? Agents, we're a company built by agents for agents. That is the purpose of the ALC. And so, yeah, I mean, this is just the higher purpose of the local ALC is the highest honor that can be served to an agent. It is an opportunity for the market center's best and brightest to hone their leadership skills and build their business and receive personal benefit from each area of opportunity and growth, productivity, profitability, and culture, right? So I created a covenant, people I interview, and they agree or don't agree, right, to be on it. And then I make a statement saying, here's what I promise to do as your team leader. If you are willing to give up your time as an ALC member. Does all that make sense? Like they make big commitments. So I want to say thank you to these amazing humans. And we get to do our ALC advance on Friday. I'm super excited about it. You guys, the latest market snapshot is out. This is kind of a longer video. So if you haven't seen this yet, I would scan it and watch it. Okay, I want to go back to filling buckets for 1 minute. Miguel texted me yesterday while I was in Lexington and was like, Misty, I think your dog is running into the so thank you for saving public life, Miguel. I had to call my sister and be like, are you paying attention? Anyway, okay, so Gary's gonna go over the Tenfold Truce family reunion, which is a big deal. The Tenfold Truce, I love the new ones. They're awesome. Prices are gonna go up on these tickets. I want to say that again. Prices are gonna go up on the tickets. It's the cheapest you're gonna get them right now. So if you haven't done that, I would go ahead and if you know you're going and purchase the tickets. Command updates. There's some pretty cool updates. You can change the background of your homepage, include a video, adjust your headline title. This little doohickey is gonna allow you to learn all of those things, right? We had a lot of holiday coaching calls that Max did for free. And so if you did not get to participate in them, they're available to you. So just want to make sure that you will know that there are recordings, so you could go back and watch those. Okay, if you ever wonder what you should post on social media, here are some ideas for you. They're just gonna do the things for you. I love it. So you just scan it and they're gonna tell you what to do, right? That's a beautiful thing. Did everybody get it that wanted it? Okay, Quantum Leap, okay, that was postponed because snow, right? So if you were signed up for it, it was canceled and our new date is April 5th. So mark your calendars. If you bought a ticket, that is when it's happening, April 5th. Or if you didn't get a ticket and you want one, I'd see if they're still available. Okay, 6 personal perspectives. Does everybody remember what these are? I love it. Let's talk about self-mastery. What do you guys remember from 6 personal perspectives class? There's 3 things that the 6 personal perspectives really focused on. Do we know what they are? Okay. Mindset, right? Attitude and approach to life. How would you describe self-mastery?
Being the best that you can be in every aspect, if you prefer to excel.
I love it. What else? What do we hear about mastery? How many hours to master something?
10,000.
10,000, right? So this is a journey, right? Not necessarily a destination. There's probably something we're always working on mastering. Does everybody have their goals set for 2025? So you know what that is. Do you know from your goals what you need to master for this year? Throw them out at me. What are some of the things you're working to master?
Legion.
Database.
Love it.
Consistency with database.
Perfect.
Saying no. Yes.
I love this.
Yes.
I love this for you. I just love it all the way around, right? Yeah. We have to say no to some things to get what we really want, right? Part of it. Anything else? Okay. So this is how it is defined, right? In 6 personal perspectives. It is the possession of great knowledge, skills, and habits that make you the master of you, right? The only thing we have to master is ourselves, right? I mean, we are the biggest problem usually. So part of that is knowing your goals, knowing your strengths and weaknesses, and knowing how to work with both your strengths and your weaknesses to reach your goals. So everybody has their goals, right? I just want you to take a minute and write it down or put it in your phone, 3 things that you think might stand in the way of you reaching your goals this year.
Yeah.
Myself.
Does everybody have it? Do you have the three things, the biggest three things that you think are gonna stand in your way? Does anybody want to share?
Okay, bad habits,
Okay,
and in the way of good habits.
I love it.
Fear.
Right?
Like that, to me, it's mindset, because if we wake up and we know something bad's gonna happen every single day, we can't control it. But it's how you look at that. How are you gonna clean up the mess? Are you gonna clean it up with a smile on your face and go on, or are you just gonna clean it up and be pissed off the whole day because you had to clean up the mess? So it's all about your mindset.
100%. 100%.
Anybody else?
Focus.
Got it, right there, right? Just staying on task, that's for me, just like, what does my calendar say I need to be doing, and am I doing that thing? But, right, when people master their schedule, they master everything, I think there's some saying around that. Did anybody master their schedule yet? Ally? Oh, I had to, I had no option. That is, I guarantee a very true statement, and we appreciate you doing that, because it makes us all better, right? What are some things that we can help to deal with those things that might stand in our way, the obstacles?
I think set the priority, and what's the most important thing that you need to get done, make sure that that is done absolutely. Instead of letting it go by the end of the day, it's like, oh, I'm trying to get that done.
That's exact, yes, right? So that's huge, and we have a book around that. Does anybody know what that book is called? The one thing, yes. What does Gary teach us from the one thing? Like, we can have a to-do list, right?
The one thing that.
But then we can have a
Success list.
success list. And what's the maximum amount of things that should be on that success list? Yeah, right, but like in a day, like he puts 5, so I would say no more than that, like, not everything is created equal, right? So mastering what is the most important thing, and am I working on it? What are some other things that we can put in place?
Accountability partner.
Right, that's right, yes, yes. It's another one of the 6 personal perspectives, right? Yeah. So our first step in 6 personal perspectives, know the goal. And I would say, if you are setting the same goal year after year, I will come back to the question of, is this really important to me? And do I really want to do it?
It's also, I think, a question of who do I have in my life that supports me towards that goal? Because if you think you can do it alone, you're wrong. No one succeeds alone. Right? And that's not a pitch for math coaching, by the way. That's just a that's a pitch for you to be
The next
successful.
slide is his
You all know
registered review.
what that looks like.
Because, well, coaching is a game changer.
I've been with my coach for 6 years. It'll be 6 years this March. Is that right? Yeah. She said something to me today that totally changed my thinking on something. Because my approach to life and to goals is logic based. And when I'm looking at what I think the 2025 market will produce, I'm letting logic get in the way of what's possible. If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that is, so that's fascinating, right? So if you're not like, okay, having some quiet time thinking, this is what I want for this year. First, you're gonna do the research and say, here's what the market is gonna do. So now I'm gonna base it around that.
Yeah.
Right? And everybody's brains function differently. But I would just go back to what you set your goal as and ask yourself, why is this important to me? And is this the thing I need to accomplish this year to get me closer to my big why? Does it align with who I am today, my values, my morals, all of the things, right? Go
One
ahead.
other thing is, they talked about it, this last bold was if your big why doesn't hurt. Then it's like, you can have a bunch of little whys,
But if your big why doesn't hurt because you didn't make it, then is it really a big why?
I love it. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So. People around you. Are huge, right? Are they helping you get there? Or are they the ones saying, oh, come on, let's go do this already, like, this is boring, right? Like, that's. Yeah, we just wanna help keep each other on track, so that's great, if you are at the level and you're leading with revenue and you can have a coach do that. Also, if you're not, just tell your kids what you're trying to accomplish and allow them to ask you about it every single day, because they will be relentless with those questions, right? Anything else on this that you guys wanna add?
I think that writing it down and revisiting it's important, because if you don't track your goal, it's probably fair to say it's not a priority.
Yeah, so. Like the logins, like your passwords, well, I have one password for every single thing in KW, so people can just help me. And, but right, other passwords are just my goal for the year, or in the background on my phone, or my computer, like, are you keeping it in front of you? Because I think a lot of times we get about, 90 days into the year. And where are we? Like, how consistently are we checking back on those pieces? I love it. Okay, so what I hear you guys saying, you wanna master this year. I heard lead gen, I heard focus, consistency of database. What else was there? Okay, well, you know in your head, how are you gonna know if you're getting there? How will you know?
Success.
Some of them, it's hard to track like focus, like, how do you track focus? Like,
How many hours you gotta work to get stuff done?
Right, I actually got.
If you did 7 deals and you were working nights a day, then that's
Okay.
less focused, 7 deals and you got it done in 35 hours.
I would say that some of my clients have tracked their focus by looking at how many time blocks they have on their calendar. And at the end of the week, ask them how many of those time blocks they actually do what they're supposed to do during that clock. And the ones that measure it really well, they might start out at best 50%. And when they can get to about 75-80% of following those blocks, their business changes. And that's a way to measure their focus.
I would say awareness around your thinking and your behavior is a huge tell on whether you're mastering something, right? Like, you have to understand who you are to begin with, and then if this is the thing that you want to master, then you have to see what habits and patterns are taking you out of that. Because if you don't have awareness of your behavior and what your thoughts are, I don't know how you can change it, right? So when we talk about thoughts create our reality, I would start with our thoughts, right? So if we are the logic mind and we said, oh, the market's supposed to do this, so I'm gonna sell this much. And then somebody disrupts our brain and says the market makes no difference at all. What is it you actually want to do? And what you want to do doesn't maybe match what we think the market's going to say, then there's going to be a lot of thoughts about whether it's possible or not, right? If we don't start by working on those thoughts and just having belief in that, it's highly unlikely you're going to reach that. And maybe it just starts with a little tweak in the thought, right? So if you really originally wanted to sell 50 houses, because that's what the market said was kind of possible, but now we're moving it to 100, but we still know that 50 is more reasonable. Maybe we just need to move that thought to, it is possible for somebody to sell 100 houses this year. We don't even have to say we're gonna do it yet, but let's just move the thought a little bit towards that way, right? It's possible.
I think they said last year, like 80% that all agents didn't sell anything.
Yeah.
And,
It's tough out
you
there.
know, when we're out here digging, getting sales done because we have a real mindset. We're not listening to what the rest of the market's doing. We're digging our worms, we're getting fed, we're
We
doing,
don't have limited beliefs.
yeah.
That's right. If you are listening to things that are real negative about the market, I'm not, I mean, I think it's great to be knowledgeable. And also. I don't know if it's really helping, right? I mean, you have to determine how that is serving you or how it isn't. Those are questions I would ask myself, like the activity I'm doing right now, how is this serving me? Because every single behavior we do is serving us in some way. It's not necessarily in a positive way. But it's serving us in some way, right? So it focuses a thing. And I find myself scrolling on whatever, Instagram. Then maybe what I needed was dopamine. Right? So how can I get that in another way that actually serves me? Like the awareness to our thoughts and our behavior is literally life changing. And so just asking questions around it. And when the thought comes up again, like, oh my gosh, I am working my butt off, I'm behind, I don't know how I'm gonna sell these 100 homes. We just have to go back to, right, like, okay, that was just a thought, I'm just gonna witness it and let it go. I'm not choosing to believe that today. What is it that I want to believe today? And today I just need to go back to, it's possible, because there's other people doing it, right? I love it, mastery, it's a real thing, it's a journey, right? Once we master this one thing, there's gonna be something else with our health, time, whatever it is. Okay, what do you guys have coming up in the market? Listings, buyers, what do you need? Or do you want to say any ahas or anything else you want to say about this? I guess before we move on.
Showtown goes away next month, we'll need to get set up on Broker Bay.
Yeah.
Yes, that's happening. We're just gonna, listen, peeps, here's what's happening. We're just gonna do all the changes at once. Okay? So just know that the minute that you start to feel settled, often that just means complacency, right? And so we're just gonna shake it up a little bit and do something new. So Broker Bay is coming to you. I have heard amazing things about it. Showing time is going to run in tandem with Broker Bay for a hot minute, 2 weeks. Okay, or not. 2 weeks. Very hot.
It's a very rough.
A real short minute, real short. Okay, that was originally not that, but here we are. So we've got 2 weeks to make adjustments. I love it. Okay, so we're gonna learn some things, right? We learned things in 2024, we're gonna learn things again. And if you're in this room, what I know you must be is adaptable. And if you aren't, let's just figure out how to get on board with it, because I don't think, this isn't going away. Changes aren't going away. Everything is temporary. Good or bad, everything is
We're gonna have classes around that.
probably yes.
It-
We know about it.
It is.
It is.
It
is
literally
literally
the exact same.
Cause my board uses Broker Bay and it's the same thing. It's easy.
It's just Makita or DeWalt, different tool, same results.
Same
So,
Go in and play with it and you'll figure it out in 5 minutes.
Once you get started.
Yeah.
Yeah, just know,
There's
like,
gonna be plenty of
like there's gonna be a learning curve in the beginning for anything, but the end result is still the same. So you're gonna spend a lot of energy fighting the changes and hating it and being resistant to it. Or you're just gonna get on board, right? Like, I don't know, this is saving Syra a lot of money, like we've been paying more for showing time. Well, I hear that, but yes, like we already have Broker Bay, showing time has been an added expense. So hopefully they're gonna do amazing things with the money that they are saving.
Yes, so, well, anything on this, so super works with broker range and kind of.
Same
You got
company
the
that
email.
owns the
Yeah, so do I
Bag,
cancel?
so you should have to talk to the other.
So I got the email yesterday.
I haven't seen it. So I didn't know that this had been announced. I'm gonna
So
be
you
honest,
just-
you tell me.
You just, I don't know, like, you just. It just came out this way. So you take me, sign up for Rosa Bay and it will just kind of. Mind your.
I'm gonna read the email, and if we learn things and know things, we're gonna keep you updated, for sure. I don't think.
They just yesterday sent out an email like that they're gonna send another link for us to set things up, the way I.
Since January 14th, Broker Bay partial launch for members to claim their account, check receipts and order the Broker Bay. January 28th, go live, making Broker Bay schedule the showing appointments. February 28th, showing account will no longer be available to schedule showing appointments.
Right. I think there's one in that, and there's. I don't think it's gonna be, I don't think it's gonna be a huge investment, if I'm being honest.
Just like any tech, you can ask all of it up you want, but there's tutorials, there's videos, there's YouTube. You're just going to learn on crap.
Learning phase, right? Part of our culture, we are learning phase, so how lucky are we that we already adopt a growth mindset? Yeah, we're built for this, people, we are built for this, I love it. What listings do you have coming on the market that you wanna share?
I've got 9370 South Corners Chapel Road in Pekin. It is a horse farm.
Yeah.
On almost 15 acres. It is $399.9. Got a pond. It's a 2,600 square foot ranch style home with the barn attached to it. Yep. 11 stalls in the barn. They're really big. It's a really, really big barn. 4 bedroom, 2 bath. And it's been pretty much updated. We flipped it.
Sounds like really good practice.
I love this.
Up here in Boston.
11 to 12.
Sorry.
Like horses or what?
Yeah, 9:37.
Anybody want to go in on some classes? I hear they're expensive. Okay. What else you got? That sounds lovely.
And direct opposite of that, I have a pre-one coming up in Clarksville on Taylor Drive. It will be about $180,000, $180,000, not $180,000. But if you're a Providence baseball fan, you can kind of oversee the baseball part there.
Bring your Providence fans.
Yeah,
That's what I
bring your
hear.
Providence, you can walk to Providence.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're.
That'll be next Monday.
What would that be? The 20th?
Watch out.
Here.
Get our new
Yeah,
president.
I nailed it.
Yes.
See, I nailed that.
Get our new president.
So, what else you got, you guys?
Do you have a buyer looking for a beautiful remodeled home that's move-in ready right down the road? 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 2 car garage on a slab with a fenced yard and a shed for only $260,000. $34.50 more than insured. Wow.
Sales. Like
That's
that.
awesome.
3-2 slab, 2 car garage for maintenance. Got it. What else?
Yes, we have a motivated, very motivated, super motivated seller. Here by the office is a 3221 Lakewood, Boulevard in Jefferson. The house is listed for $379,500, but he is open to any offer and to negotiate the price. So highly 100% motivated seller. It's a 4 bedroom, 3 in the first level and 1 in the basement, non-conforming. Full finished basement, is waterproof, he is transferring the life warranty, he is given 1 year warranty to the house.
And, yep, it's a very beautiful house. He has been updating me in the house. So, what was that address again? 3221. Over here, Lakewood.
Boulevard, yes, I got Boulevard, but I think I meant, yes,
Lakewood Boulevard.
Lakewood, gotcha. Love it. What else?
I've got a 3-1, it's 2030 Egan Avenue. 2030. 3-1, it was remodeled, taken out of the studs and remodeled by the previous owner 2 years ago. It's been used as a rental. The unique thing about this property is it has a almost 600 square foot double bay garage, with a loft behind it, so there's no yard, but there is alley access for that garage. And, yeah, I think it would be really perfect for somebody who was a tinker or a mechanic or had a hobby, yeah.
Lived outside of there. Or send them for snow day.
It would have been perfect the last 3 weeks. It's listed at 170, but they are also located.
Love it.
Please bring me the file. Seller just had a brand new baby yesterday, so lots of seller.
Yeah, 1117 Gufford. And it's a,
10.
or sorry, yeah, it's 1017. It's a 3-1 on a full unfinished basement. And it has a screen-in porch and like partially fenced backyard and would not take much, and 1-car garage. And that's been remodeled as well. And it's what, 254.9. Tell me the price again, Rachel.
254.9.
Thank you.
And that's Clarksville right by, Providence as well.
Love it. Okay, we got time for one more. Anybody else?
Yeah, I have another one. It's, 127 Arnold Court.
Arnold?
Yes.
He said.
Arnold Court, and, that one is in, Albany, Indiana. It's a new construction, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, attached garage for 2 cars. And it's for 260, the sellers are paying for closing costs. And also for the buyers payment.
Tell me the price again.
260. And it has all the warranties and all the things that the government, are required in the other government.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, you guys. Make all the things happen this week. Don't forget. 12 o'clock, an amazing class where you can learn all the things about mortgages, right? Tell all your friends, tell your peeps to come and learn the things. Ladies, thank you for breakfast and doing what you do to take care of us. Have a great week, you guys. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, thank you.
Hey, Ally, I have a quick question. So you charge her this song?
One of these.
I'm gonna give you.